I should be careful with the Texan accents like this. Written Texan. I'm streaming, y'all. Nerf Milton, yeah. So that will be Hippos versus Buffoons. And I'm gonna join one of the channels so somebody on the GetQuad can co-cast. That's the one. So if a pro TDM player on the Discord streaming group for GetQuad is here and wants to join me, they can. Yeah, welcome. Or maybe you can correct my accent. Although I don't really do Texan accents a lot of the time, I just don't know what to sound like, because all of the accents are funny to me. I was that weird kid at school. Languages are fun. I was weird, but not for that reason, by the way. Is it smooth? Yes, it's smooth. Icon with a quad, no longer. Okay, both P's are dead. 2 rockets for the Buffoons. 1 for the Hippos. Buffoons seem to be securing the red. Buffoons are in blue. Y'all. Yeah, the problem with the Texan accent, I can't just say y'all. I also have to do the little southern twang, which has different variants depending on where in the south people are from. I think Cajuns sound different than Texans, than people from Tennessee, probably. Howdy do, partner. Yep, Buffoons are sticking with the red. Hey, it's almost tied. Okay, so Blixem is securing the... Okay, it's just a temporary position then. He's securing the castle rocket launcher. Denied. Denied. Twice in a row. Even a teammate, actually. So, killing a teammate in Quake 3, it goes... The sound of Sarge drowning. Yes. The Cajuns do have the French thing. The French patois. So that was a good run for Blixem. Starting out in the tower rocket launcher. And he's back with his friends. Because everybody needs a friend. Waiting for that crimson red to respawn. Because this is your room, you can do whatever you like in it. There you go, just like that. I don't know who picked this. I joined too late. It's a good question. Blixem again with the quad. That's 2 in a row for him. And not many more frags for the Hippos. The Hippos are probably a little too still in the lake. Counting on the birds to pick parasites off their backs. And I think Blixem with a quad does not exactly qualify for the title of parasite on their backs. It's a bit more than that. I don't know, Mr. Rogers. Is that Mr. Rogers, the cable guy? That I think I've seen a picture of, but I don't know the program. And oh, okay, so it's a Buffoon squad, but it was Gore and he got gored. Can I say that? He got gored. I didn't mean to do any... There was no intent of a joke here. Team kills, because team kills are fun. Yeah, I think I've seen snippets, I mean, maybe not snippets, but GIFs of that Mr. Rogers. So, the GIF is actually a picture, there is no sound, sorry Imager. GIFs with sound are not GIFs anymore. And Henu's team is going to get the end. Yes. And they have taken the lead. Oh fuck. Sorry about that. I bitch slapped my microphone cable. So, Nidvar with the pant going for the Buffoons fort at red. And John Rambo is not fighting his war. Oh, Gore with the eyes. A nice save from JR. He gets a couple of frags. I'll have to look into Mr. Rogers. I'm actually going to write it down, otherwise I will forget. Check out Mr. Rogers. And as usual, even though Moo is the best team, as we all know, the cows are breaking the team info and everything with their clan tags that are not supposed to be used here. The Buffoons are still pretty close, actually. Doing well. Keeping the... oh fuck, what are they called? The Hippos in check. They did lead the game for a few minutes. And then it turned on them. Careful with that cable. There we go, nice. Nicely done. So... almost more than 10 frag lead now for the Hippos. It is starting to pile up. And hopefully for the Hippos they're able to keep this in check and prevent it from sliding even further. Yeah, I saw that little blue bar on Gore. It was clear that he was going to take it. Okay, Henu with the quad. That's one. Nobody at red. Not the red at red either. Safety jumping. Two. Push for inside rockets. Third one escapes. That's his third kill. Oh fuck. A little too trigger happy on this one. $15 frag lead for the Hippos. Check the scores real quick. Wow, poor Gore has been feeding the other team quite a bit. 37 deaths already. And the Hippos again on the quad. So Blixem and his boys did get a few of the first quads, but now it's been all Hippos. Still, it is... the gap is kept in check. It's still 10 frags. It's not getting any bigger. Cool, thanks. Now check out the link. Yeah, finally he takes it. Evilness wrapped around things. Okay, so time for quad. And that was a misfire of his Panzerfaust. He gets the enemy, but he gets himself and a friend. So that's a net negative for the Hippos. Hey, the gap has narrowed again. It's back. It was down to 5 frags and it's almost back up to 10 again. So the Buffoons are working hard to keep this in check. They did make some progress, which was quickly cancelled. It's back to 10. To 10 plus for the Hippos. That little rocket launcher room is quite crowded now. Everybody in position for Pent. Whoa, what a brawl. Was that Overwatch or something? First person brawler. Oh, double power for Henu. This is showtime. 1, 2, no friends. Yeah, the goal of this is to get the spread even wider, so no team kills. Just 2 kills, everybody's very good at hiding away from this deadly combination. Okay, it's just a quad now. And you can see Ice to finish it off. Raga gets surprised. So not too many kills out of the run itself. However, the spread has continued increasing for the Hippos. So I guess I could say that he knew exactly what to do. Aha. Sorry, I have to reuse my jokes. Oh, that was a red. Yeah, that's a red. So that's 2 rockets. Okay, that's only... What? Henu survived this? Blixem in position for the next quad. Finally, a blue quad. A blue quad again. It's been a while. It's been at least 5 minutes, maybe, since they've had a quad that lived, at least. The problem is his team has got fuck all. No weapons. And he's not even the guy with the armor. So he's going to wait for the red to spawn. And that wastes precious quad run time. As the gap increases to almost 20 frags. Yay! You got a quad! Yay! You didn't get killed! Yay! You got plus 10! Yeah! Mixed results for the Buffoons in the last minute or so. Okay, they're waiting for that rocket launcher. Yeah, kill your friend. Now's not the time to kill your friend. It's taken 11 minutes for the lead to significantly, notably increase. It's remained at around 10 frags plus for the Hippos from 5 to 11 minutes. And now they are pulling ahead 30 frags. In the previous run, where Blixem got the quad, it went up to plus 20, and now it's up to plus 30 and almost plus 40. Yeah, no, we've passed plus 30 actually. So by the time I said this, it went even further. Oh, plus 30, yeah. I can't do math. Too many things to look at, so I can't do math. Yeah, it's gone up from 10 to 20 to 30. And going to be more. And that was a quad. It doesn't matter who it was for, it was a quad. It has expired. This is a late quad. It has ceased to be. If Link was in one of these teams, I could say it is pining for the fjords. Yeah, never do math on stream. Math, not even once. As we all know. I could also set up the calculator on my phone, but then I can't look at that place anymore. And or Discord, so I have to make choices here. Probably a good idea to shut up when it comes to math. It's the first thing I should be shutting up about. 35 frag lead. It keeps increasing ever so slightly. Henu with the double power up. It's go time again, and he goes through this same route as he did the previous time he did the double PUs. Except he's a bit more... no, not really. He's not more fragalicious. And that is plus 50. How did we go up from... What the hell happened? Like, it was not his squad run doing it again. But they have gone up from plus 35 to more than that in 3 seconds. They've gone up plus 20 frags on top of that plus 35. That is really very dominant play from the Hippos. So they're proving the point that you just do not fuck with the Hippos. Next time you go to the zoo, probably with your kids, tell them I said don't fuck with the Hippos. And then your kid's probably gonna write, "What's a humor stick?" Well, my little boy, when a daddy and a mommy don't like each other very much, the daddy spends a lot of time on the computer watching people talk about video games. Oh! No, you won't get it. No, you won't get it. Yeah, Henu is going, is Miltoning his team, although to be fair, Ikarin is pretty solid as well. I think that's one of his favorite maps from the games I've seen recently. That's one of the maps he performed the best on. We're not too far off the plus 100 now. 5 minutes ago, the Buffoons were at 143 frags. They've done 10 frags in 5 minutes. Pour them. Hashtag break a peripheral. I would have. Oh, a quad for the Buffoons. I missed a funny moment apparently. Blixem enjoying his one-to-one time with Henu. No, really, he is. He said lol, so he's having fun. Well, I have nothing to do. We're on the right point of view. Fight for quad. I think Henu has to fall back. It doesn't really matter at this point. Final 10 seconds. Are they going to make it to plus 120. Nah. Let's not push it. Well, apparently Obi-Wan has taught him well. That is a very convincing win from the Hippos. It took a while to get going, but once it got going, fuck. Holy fuck. And I'm gonna get quickly this Kenya tune. If I could get it. Oh, I see HangTime in the QTV thing, but he's muted, so I can't get him to. Is this? That's not the circus tune I wanted to play. I wanted to do this. This. Kenya.
Welcome to Kenya. We've got lions and tigers.
Only in Kenya. Forget Norway. Oh, I should show this picture actually. So who picked this? Blixem voted for this, so this is a Buffoons pick.
Yeah, Blixem's team has two guys from the like old UK scene that may have played this map 20 years ago, like me.
Good thing to have you around for this one, because you sort of know it. A bit, I think.
Yeah, I knew it 20 years ago and then forgot 10% of it, so...
Well, it's still better than my nothing.
It's the kind of strange map. You would not see anyone make a map like this anymore.
Oh no, isn't that the one with? No, I mix it up with whatever DM E1M3, A3M7 TDM, whatever, the one with two quads.
Yeah,
that's what I mix it up with because it looks very much id style visually. And okay, it doesn't even have enough spawns. I'm on Runbow with the Pent.
All the best maps have 6 spawns.
That is probably right. Let's see. Gore has the quad. Is he able to do anything with it? No, he's dead. He's dead. Doomy has still in the red, and
So
he has nothing
stand
to
on that
it with.
rocket. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you are res in the mid, right?
Oh,
yeah, okay, there it is. Ooh. Yeah, I got a team kill. That's cool. There are 2 reds here, aren't there? I feel like there are 2.
Yeah, so Henu's team has got 2 rocket launchers, so they should be in a good place now because the Pents run out. They've got two weapons with armor. I have no idea why Rambo's left because the rocket launcher was about to spawn.
The LG. He's got the LG and a lot of armor, although he's not quite at the quad. He did. Blixem just run it with nothing. 2 reds for the Buffoons. They could use that rocket launcher in the... Blixem gets close. Will Gore get any closer? It's like a ninja warrior kind of thing or something. Who's gonna make the jump? Rambo tries to go for it with the grid. Okay, well, never mind. He just dies.
Yeah, I thought it was a smart attack because he was down below and he knew there was a guy camping there, so he came around the back way to try and surprise him with shaft, but just didn't execute it.
Oh yes, there is in the shadow of this platform there is a step that allows you to get out of the slime. I think you can get all of the slime here. There's no permanent trap, if I remember correctly. Secrets aplenty here. Oh, Mega and Red. I forgot it was a Mega. Take that wall.
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant when I said that no one would make a map like this anymore with You know, like rocket launcher and red
Nice.
armor together and all in the same room.
Yeah, it would be the layout and item positioning would be a bit better informed. This was maybe still in the era of throwing shit at the wall and seeing what stuck.
Yeah, everyone had like 150 ping and 30 frames per second.
Also, yeah, you designed maps for a very different kind of gameplay. So you were counting on the Bob Ross thing of having happy little accidents. And we did, the previous squad, we saw a nice run from Blixem actually. He cleared the red and rocket room all by himself. And then went on to do more kills after the quad ran out. And they're still behind.
So this game is shaping up quite nicely because Henu's team's building up a big stack. They've got 3 rocket launchers with red.
Indeed.
Oh, here comes, oh, that's good work there. They managed to kill one.
Yeah, Icorin dropped. Second red is out. That's no, that's Doomy.
So it's 1 minute
Mr. Nut.
pent. So let's see what the next quad does, because that could be crucial in determining the pent.
Yeah, and they still have 3 rocket launchers to swarm into that room. Although so do the Buffoons. And that's 1 red and rocket cancelled. That's 2. Maybe not high fragging, but good turnout with the big healthy players being killed.
Yeah, so this is a good position now. So we've got 2 guys on Buffoons with weapon RLG, 1 on Henu's team, but he's got the position on Pent. So the question is going to be whether they can force him out of the Pent area.
Still a 10 frag lead,
but at yellow, so maybe not.
Oh yeah, rare guys at yellow, right? Yes. Okay, 10 frags behind, come on. Yes, double pup. And you can go ham with this now. Yes, 2 for 1. Oh. And it's still a 10 frag game. So in the previous map I saw a couple of situations where there was a meh quad run, but the teammates racked up some frags in the meantime. Here the frags were all from the quad runner, nothing from the teammates. Oh, it's finally back down to 7 frags difference. Bit of progress. Okay. Set then. Waiting position for the next quad. Is he gonna let Rambo? Yes. Conveniently within LG range. I guess he's gonna go for... Okay, no, he doesn't go for...
I think that was a sharp guy he killed then, so yellow, so...
Securing yellow?
Yeah. So Buffoons have got slime area under control again now, so if Rambo controls yellow, then it could be a big problem for Henu's team.
Oh yes, and yeah, there's slime in multiple places, but really the one you're talking about is the one with rockets and red.
Yeah.
The other slime is quad, so...
Now, is this lift going to get him there in time? Because it's the slowest fucking lift in the world, this one.
Oh right, it takes ages to trigger. Henu is in place.
You see, it's so slow, like, if you don't get there, like, 10 seconds earlier than you think you need to be there, then you're too late for quad.
He'll be there for the next one.
He really needs to get this secret armor.
Yeah, Henu would just not get into that room before he gets anything.
Ooh.
And he did get something. Grenades.
out of rockets as well. There's some rockets in the slime room if he goes back. But needs the armor first.
Ah, one of them camping above the doorway. CS style. Gotta boost it up. Okay, just waiting for the good stuff to spawn now. Quad shortly.
It might be late for the next quad, this means, so I'm not sure if someone else is going quad.
Yeah, I don't know what the good route from red to quad is.
There's pretty much only one route, which is to go up those stairs. It's one of the maybe the weaknesses of this map is the quad area isn't very accessible. So there's only two entrances. You either go up the stairs or you take that slow lift, which takes forever to get there from red armor anyway. Just to go through this secret to get there.
Alright, still the quads are able to make it out alive and do some work. It's a 6-frag game. It's been a 6-frag game for at least 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Lowest scoring game.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit like a CTF map in some ways, or where you've almost got two sides of the map. So
Yeah,
you have like Buffoons have all got rocket launchers, but they're kind of stuck on the yellow side of the map, whereas Hippos are defending the slime area and the red armor.
yeah, I see what you mean. The long ass corridors made me think of Quake 2 CTF for some reason.
Yeah, it's just you often see that kind of, you know, what they call it, like opposing fortresses or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, 10 seconds to pen or thereabouts. So Gore really should take the left to pen. Yeah. Nidwire's defending it well.
He's the only red armor in his team. Okay, not anymore. Icon has one. 3 rockets on both
Gore
sides.
needs to decide, is he going to attack pen or go for quad? Well, he used his only rocket to cut a rocket jump. That's not good. Quad
Oh
is
yeah,
the option for him.
he fluffs the RJ as well. Oh, the Hippos are running out of stack. He was replenished himself, but they had 3 rockets and 3 reds, I think, not too long ago. Game is tied. Finally, the game is tied. It's been +10 for who? The Hippos, I think. I forgot who was in the lead.
Yeah, it's been pretty close all the way, and neither team has been able to get that kind of lockdown that you sometimes see on this map.
And just like that, it's +5 for the Hippos again. Wonder how the momentum will go.
Yeah, so Rambo's got plenty of grenades here, so he can just kind of spam down that staircase to defend the quad until it's time.
That's 2 of them there. That's okay, he goes back the way he went in. Come on. Oh. That was close.
Yeah, they've had 2 quad runs now, Buffoons, where they've attacked that slime area and not been able to kill the guy, or they've died in the process, which could have made the difference. I think Buffoons have maybe had the opportunities to take control, but they haven't managed to.
Two-frag game still for the Hippos. I think I heard a telefrag. Yes. That is a telefrag. Good old telefrag. What?
He's got the bloodlust now. It's when you get like 5 frags with quad and you just start shooting rockets at anything.
And it's the Buffoons in the lead again. It's their turn now.
So I don't know how many frags that was for Gore with that quad run. I'm going to guess 8, maybe.
And for some reason I was fascinated by the chat and missed most of it. Which is a shame, because that's probably the heaviest squad run on this map so far. In this particular game, I mean.
Yeah, I think Buffoons are going to build up a lead now. They've only got like a 10 frag lead, but I'm expecting that to rise to, you know, like.
Hopefully you can keep that up.
A couple of minutes.
Okay, this time I'm keeping my eyes peeled. Yes, yes. Yeah, that guy was... Oh yeah, he was funny team. Okay, don't shoot him. It's plus 20 almost, come on. Go, get out of this. Get out of lines of... Ah. He missed one more kill, but the game is plus 20 now for them. Into the wall. And we just steal the red though. Oh yeah, the next red is in that... Yeah, that's 2 red armors in very close proximity. Yeah, but one's in a secret trap. Yeah, but everybody knows about the secret.
You know, there used to be, I don't know if you could call it a bug, but in the really old server versions, you could actually do a trick to, if you shafted the door, you could walk through it, so you didn't have to wait for it to open.
Oh.
It's a bit like,
Okay.
I don't know if you know on DM6.
The GM6 trap, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's kind of like that, but I think they changed something in the settings on the server. Like maybe it was they applied a fix to make the DM6 trick jump work, and they managed to break the UKCLD, the lesser spotted UKCLDM2 door trick. Broken now, unfortunately.
I guess that was the right trade-off to make.
Yeah, this map
Plus-
sat idle for 15 years and no one played it, and then they kind of excavated it. Some idiot
Yeah,
thought that's a good idea,
excavated
let's play
is the correct word, yeah. What's 30? Come on, you guys can get it. Come on. The rockets just don't seem to be hitting anything. Okay, go on the quad, watch out for that. That's one.
that. Yeah, I think Buffoons would have to do something pretty horrific to lose this map now. They've got 4 rocket launchers.
Ooh, that is right. I wasn't even checking the team info. Let's see what Gore does with the end of that quad. Nothing, I wasted the, I missed it. .32 frag lead. Not bad. And it's... I mean, considering the way the momentum has built up in this, looks like they'll keep on going in this direction, and they won't be caught up with by the other guys. Ooh, yes. Again, as you mentioned, still 4 rockets and 3 reds for the Buffoons. Really doing well for themselves. They can hang on to all that gear. Quad grenade, okay.
That was an interesting weapon choice there.
I mean, style points, but you have to hit it.
Yeah, the only thing I can think is he was so low he didn't want to drop a rocket, but
Well, you could shotgun.
yeah, like
Didn't.
did he have super shotgun maybe? He could have used?
Yeah, I think he had it. The previous kill was super, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a strange choice.
He slipped. Blixem with the quad. And a good stack. And plenty of rockets. Oh, did he respawn in front of that? I think I saw Icorn twice.
So that twice now I've seen Blixem do this. He uses that lift to come down, like when he's getting low, to get the secret. I've not seen many people do that before.
Well, he doesn't need a quad to do any runs for sure. He's doing well. Pretty even distributions of frags in both teams, to be fair. If you want to find out an MVP for a team on this particular map, you have to look further than just the frag counts. Well, ain't that a nice little quad run? One more.
So, okay, his teammate got it. I was going to say I was worried he was leaving a rocket backpack on a spawn point then.
Lord Lame says Rambo for president.
Well, statistically, he's going to get MVP.
Oh yeah,
He'll have the best
22 deaths.
efficiency.
I hadn't noticed the deaths column.
Yeah, Blixem's had one of those kind of, you know, like full throttle games, you know, over 100, add up kills and deaths. Well, it's also the annoying scenario when you've got 100 cells and no shafts.
So that is one map all. And they go to CMT4 as a decider. Okay, that's 1-1. Not CMT, UK, CLDM2. And it's gonna be that now.
Well, I guess it's best of 5, right? So it won't be
Oh
decided.
yes! I keep forgetting. As our friend Mike McDonald used to sing, I keep forgetting. 2 minutes. Okay, well I can play the Kenya tune again.
I think the problem for the Hippos is they're very good at slosh, and then they're quite good here as well, but they don't really have like a long list of maps that they seem to excel at.
Right, so you really have to take it in the first 3.
Yeah, and I think CMT4 is the kind of map where I think Buffoons should be quite strong here as well. So, whereas I think the Buffoons' choice of map, I think they might have a more tactical choice in mind, maybe.
I seem to have stuck myself slightly out of bounds on the map, so to keep us busy during the interlude, I have been drawing some art, especially for Lord Lame. Oh no! They ruined my art. There you go. Oh man, now he... okay. Team relay goes off the way it's meant to be played. Kenya tune ends, and Do I have to keep it looping, or are they going to be raiding up?
So here's
Yes,
the
left.
question. Do they use team overlay in Quake Live?
Yep, it's on by default since Quake 3. And side question, I have no idea whether that's been added to Quake 2 at all. Even though it came out after QuakeWorld, Quake 2 is kind of the slightly retarded stepbrother in terms of features and client evolution. Is that Link's OSC playing in the background?
Tracing, right?
I'm sorry, I cut you off. What did you say?
Yeah, apart from ray tracing.
Oh yeah, but that's just fancy bullshit. Is that Link's OST playing in the background? It is what I call the Kenya tune, but it's really the Cannibal song in Monkey Island. I think it's the Cannibal. I really have to check. I keep forgetting whether it's the Cannibals or the monkey, the big monkey head idol that you open the door by putting a huge cotton swab into its ear. Flatulent.
You know, I never played Monkey Island. I think I have on my list of 1,000 unplayed Steam games. I think I have special edition. That cost like £2 or something.
Oh, yeah, that was a good bundle to get. I haven't played the remastered editions. I see that I've seen that they look pretty good. And here we go. Wait, there we go. Back. So all I have to say is, look behind you, a three-headed monkey. And they took the bait. They stopped the countdown. Okay, here we go. Yeah, and actually, Quake 3, Quake Live, it's not just the team overlay being on, you also have an arrow above your teammates' heads, and in Quake Live you see it through the walls. Which you did not in Quake 3. So, gore of the spawn. Oh, well. Thank you to track, I get the good point of view right off the bat. Or gets the red, the rocket, and the quad.
So one of you go and open the pen, please.
Who's waiting?
You just want to find the angle to shoot the guy that's blocking the left. Yeah, there you go.
Right guy's waiting.
So they shoot.
Where do we actually trigger the entrance? Is the button here? Okay, the button at yellow opens it here.
Oh, that's nice. Random rocket pack.
The button turns it on? I'm sorry, are you from the past? Yep. Waiting for red. Reggae having some fun in the kiddie pool. He gets the red. That's a lot of power up on the Buffoons side. I think I'm gonna just call them the Buffs, because they're strong right now. Rockets, reds, quad, you name it, they have it. Mega health. Back to yellow. Right in time for the end of the run. Pretty nice start for the Buffoons.
You're a little bit unlucky attacking yellow there. I don't think he was expecting two guys to have rocket launchers on that left.
Poor Doomy dies, respawns in the same room. Oh, that's the first squad touch for the Hippos.
Yeah, they were trying to save that quad and just let a guy come through and steal it. It's that kind of awkward scenario where you've got like the semi-stack and think, I don't want to take this because my teammate might have a full stack.
That's a lot of blue in that
Be
room.
careful, man. Like, he's gonna get shotgunned here if he's not careful. 1 health.
Well, nice save. It was. It could have been really embarrassing for him. He was in a top position with rockets. This is 4 shotgun guys, and he almost died. And Rambo will be used to repaint the room. And it's only 9 frag lead now. Yes, second quad touch in a row for the Hippos. Fire the Ukrainian boy wonder at work.
Basically, he's now looking for an enemy rocket to get them to drop his pack. So, Blixem is around the quad room somewhere. Gone to mega health, I think. Maybe Blixem is hiding. Maybe. Oh no, he's come through.
All he could do now at that point was go for long range boomstick with the quad or get into range for the LG. No rockets, indeed. Yeah. Just let this guy with the red go away. He didn't know that he had red. No more reds. No reds alive. Wow. It's close again, it's 3 frags.
Yeah,
Buffoons is still in the lead.
Was kind of hung out to dry a bit there because he was left on his own at quads. Didn't have any armor.
Oops. Careful with that. Yes. Hey, not bad. He gets the shaft as well. Okay, quad wears out. Still not much stack to go around.
Okay, so that red was taken on 45, so he's got, yeah, I think it's the right decision to go to yellow. Maybe try and get a yellow before the next quad rocket jump, maybe.
Might as well.
Okay, so Henu's got a nice stack now, needs to get to quad quick though.
Oh yeah, he's got everything he needs.
So it's now about setting up the pen, so I think that's maybe why Henu stayed at the yellow. He knows that Pent's coming soon, so he's made the right call actually, probably to secure the Pent button.
And that's the end of the quad, by the way. And the Hippos are in the lead.
So this is the kind of situation you sometimes get on CMC4 where Pen is spawned, you want to like control the yellow and get a guy over the Pen, and it just takes a bit of time sometimes. The enemy's pushing you, but the timing's worked out quite nicely in the end because they can move the Pen into the quad room. Plenty of Pen left before the quad spawns.
Oh yes, he's good now.
Chase that guy, he's got a...
And he, since he has the double power-ups, he could have rocket jumped up, but
Well,
that's
he's
maybe a little...
out of rockets.
Yeah, now he is. I mean, with 4 rockets in stock, I would have gone for the rocket jump. I would have failed, but I would have tried.
Yeah, he could have done like a quad Pen rocket push to catch up with him quite easily, I think.
Exactly.
Oh,
Oops! Surprise butt sex.
definitely.
Rambo needs some loving as well. Whoop! Well, that was a close call. They were both super low. Now, still 1 frag lead for the Hippos, and it's a Buffoon squad. Straight to yellow. Nice, and he gets the mega.
No, he could go for a quad rocket jump here. one of those ideas that sounds good for about half a second, and then you think better of it.
Yeah.
Because what you can do is you can use the stairs to do like not a full damage quad jump, but like an 80 damage quad rocket jump.
The Buffoons have taken the lead. Everybody's in place already. Well, they were.
Yeah, it's horrible that you come through and there's 3 guys waiting for you.
That's what she said. And 15 frag lead for the Buffoons. Quad is dead, but it's okay. It would be better that they have 1 rocket / red and 1 rocket / nothing. Blixem does not share with his buddies. Probably a good idea considering how many enemy respawns he got in his face just then. Good dynamic for the Buffoons. The Hippos seem to have been left in the dust for a little bit.
Yeah, Gore's been playing very well this match. He got a good spawn at the start and taking advantage.
Yeah, he set out on the right foot with that first spawn indeed. If anybody missed it, he spawned... Is that on this map? Yeah, it's on this map. He spawned at red, then rocket, and quad. Or whatever the correct way, the correct order is for all of these. He got all of 3 within 10 seconds of spawning.
Oops.
Okay.
That's where you're supposed to type wrong button.
Or GG? Question mark. Nah. Well, the Hippos have not done a frag, pretty much not done a frag in a while now.
So I think Nidwar's coming. Yeah.
Okay, finally that's a kill. And not a bad kill. It was the quad, I think, they killed, right?
Yeah. So the pen, I think, spawns on, I'm going to try and remember, maybe 50, 52 seconds, something like that. So again, he just needs to stay here at yellow, wait for the pen.
Hi friend, I have the rocket launcher if I go. Okay, just takes it. Yeah.
With the enemy not having any weapons, sometimes it's the best thing to do. Don't take any risks. If you deny them a rocket, then they're not going to get that pen probably.
It's finally a bunch of
Oh,
frags
he
for the
pushed that
Hippos.
button. No, they got that was very smooth there.
Clumsy. Okay, depends on the point of view then. For the Hippos, it was smart.
Yeah, basically,
the
guy did like the suicide run to push the button. He didn't really care about anything else, and that meant his teammate could get the pen.
So he played as the Goblin Bomber from Warcraft.
Yeah, I'm picturing the Serious Sam.
Oh yes, those
headless guy. Probably the most underrated game of all time.
Have you played the remastered versions? That's those that I played with some friends.
Oh, the like HD or whatever they, when every single game that came out had to have HD after it. Yeah.
The HD remaster isn't too bad. It's rather faithful to the original. It's not overly garish. Not much more than the original game actually is. So it's kind of okay. And it plays well in co-op online, so...
Yeah, I used to play co-op original Serious Sam. Frame rate was interesting at times, but
Haha.
anyway, I guess I should stop talking about games from 20 years ago and focus on 24-year-old games instead.
Fair enough. It's a 30 frag lead for the Buffoons. Still, they have been in the lead for 6 minutes now. And this could be it for Henu. Yes, Gleis puts it. Henu the Destroyer.
Yeah, it's
Like
got that
the
big cells as stuff as well.
oh, true. I didn't even look in that corner. You're right. He's got a lot to. He's equipped for the situation. And it's just a 20 frag lead now. So in the 6 plus almost 7 minutes that the Buffoons have been in the lead, they've slowly but surely increased their kill count, whereas the Hippos have had some erratic progressions, let's say. Like they stay doing nothing for 2 minutes and then again a burst of frags and then nothing and then again another burst. So that should be a few more bursts now. Hello. And it's still around 20 frags. They've kind of stopped the they've stopped hemorrhaging frags. It was upwards of 30 frag difference and now it's just 20. Icon guarding the button. Figures are up. And Icon is right on cue for that mega. Do me with the quad. Do me with the quad, said no one ever. Ooh, that's what happened. They had 4 rocket launchers versus none and lost them all in 10 seconds. Which team did that? Fall back, it's the Hippos. So this was kind of like a Jeopardy question or something. They had 4 rocket launchers versus none and then lost them all in 10 seconds. I'll take who are Henu's Hippos for $500. Oh, the pen
Why
is
is
up.
illegal pen? Pen is up. There's a guy.
Nobody's guarding the button.
Okay.
And that is a good comeback from the Hippos with those 4 rocket launchers that they got from for themselves. Blah. It's about time. And it's all eyes on it by now. No pressure. Давай, давай. Ooh, well. Blixem was probably just looking for the key to his locker in the water and whoops, quad rocket to the face. And the Hippos are in the lead. Way! 16:45. 140. So it's the 3rd time that they've switched the lead for a while. The Buffoons have kept the lead for about 8.5 minutes.
Yeah, should be in for a good finale. I can't call this one right now.
Yeah, because it's still relatively close. If you just look at the intervals in between switches of who has the lead, and you could just dismiss it and say, bah, they'll keep the lead until the end. But it's close enough that there is still time. $18 frag lead for the Hippos. Do not push the button just yet. Oh, they're all in position for quad. Yes, one in each corner.
Yeah, I think they'll be the favourites now, Hippos.
Good shot from Icorin. Oh yes, oh yes. And I shall reassure you, I'm not quoting straight Carl Cox here by saying, oh yes, oh yes. Yeah, I think it's over. So, considering what happened at around the time the lead was last switched, if we can call it that, then the decisive element was the Buffoons losing, the Hippos losing all of the rocket launches and getting them back. Hippos getting 4 rocket launches at about 1640, 16 and a half. That was the end for the Buffoons. Oh, he gets 2 times in the jacuzzi, essentially. Oh. Garbage time now. So nice turnaround for the Hippos. Well played indeed. Take a look at the stats. Henu has killed 16 rocket launches. Nice. Efficiency Henu again, MVP. Well, duh. So that's 2-1 Schloss CMT4. What are they gonna play next? Kenya tune.
I'm wondering if it might be like an E3M7 TDM.
Careful what you wish for.
Seems Glad thinks the same. I just got a feeling that Blixem may go for a tactical map pick like that.
Was UK Seal DM2 worth watching?
I would say yes. Like the first 15 minutes was impressive.
So there you have it, folks. HangTime approves. And obviously, if you it's one of the semifinals. The winners of this will go on to take, I think, on Henu's, not Henu, Milton's Mutants in the final. I think they won. So yeah, if you can't hear HangTime, it's because he's busy typing. GG, wrong version. Oh yes,
yeah.
nice.
This server has a this server's got a different version of CTL8. We had this problem the other day. Everyone got kicked off the wrong map version.
Oh, right. I remember reading about the situation with CTL8 on the Discord.
I don't even know what the difference is. I think it's must be some like obscure thing, like a.
Or isn't it some of these people not having the right version? Because I haven't re-downloaded anything, and I joined just fine. And I don't think I have 2 versions in my folder.
Yeah, no, there's definitely like this server has the wrong version. So I played here the other day and had to delete the proper version and download the version on this server.
Ah, okay.
Anyway,
It's the wrong trousers.
where'd you get all these British references from?
It's not that many, is it?
Tesco value.
I forget. I think the Tesco value thing comes from a message board I was on. Well, I was following at least some. Holy shit! Some 18 years ago when I was a student, and it was a very British-dominated message board. It's the beta message board with a 3 in the name.
Oh yeah.
Where people posted all
Yeah.
manners of silly shit, and some funny animators came out of this, like Syriac, I think. But there was a lot of funny junk on here, and it was a recurring theme of Tesco value things, I think.
May have
At some
been
point.
during Tesco's ill-fated attempt at world domination as well, I guess. Something. Let's go and open Tesco stores in other countries.
So that was, yeah, also with the rather good era. We're kind of affiliated, I guess, in a way. So Weeble stuff, rather good, beta. That should cover most of it, and then having seen some good British programs. So Monty Python, IT Crowd, Mr. Bean, Was and Gromit.
So you know the guy that created Weeble stuff. He was a QuakeWorld player.
Really?
Yeah. Thick Man was his name in QuakeWorld.
I had no idea. That's a good bit of trivia.
Yeah, and like there was another player called Ash who ended up being his like website designer or something. They used to play in the same clan as Andy. TSW. That's
So-
like my very tenuous claim to fame. I used to occasionally play QuakeWorld with a guy that ended up making shows for MTV.
So it turns out that the Kenya jokes in the Kenya song do have maybe a bit of a QuakeWorld basis in them, unintentionally, from a guy who played QuakeWorld himself. Oh wait, the music. Only in Kenya.
So Henu's foe in the lava goes to, I guess it doesn't matter, right? Because he just goes for this next red armor. And then the rocket launcher.
So I know this from Quake 3, but I haven't seen the QuakeWorld version enough to tell what's wrong with this version specifically.
Not a lot. I think it's a good map.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Oh, you mean
in
like
terms of the 2 versions of CTL8.
okay,
is what I meant to say.
think it's basically the same. It must be like a texture or something that's corrupt. Or...
Seems like lighting is better on the proper version. That's the way I remember it. Ooh, there we go.
Yeah,
It's time to Henu.
I'm not convinced this was a great map pick because Henu played this quite a lot. We played some mixed games a couple of weeks ago, and we must have played like I don't know, 6-7 rounds here.
Okay, that's good enough to get a good idea of how it works. Oh yes, careful about that, the grenade launcher behind the teleport. People get tricked with that.
Because Blixem's team sure won't have played it any, like, it's not like they've played it 20 times or anything. So,
I think it was early on in possibly the... was this played in GetQuad Season 2? I think it was.
yeah.
You could play it.
Like, I want to say Annie's team picked it, or...
I remember seeing a game with Link's team on this, so it must have been in GetQuad Season 2, yeah. And you could tell that somebody did not have the power-up glows enabled at all, and they got tricked by a power-up being on the other side of the teleporter at grenade launcher, hiding behind the teleporter. So without the lights, this player was not visible whatsoever, and he got fucked. So enable the glows, people. Is the lesson to take out of this. A good run. Well done, do me. 5 frag lead for the Hippos. They've been in the lead since the beginning, I think. Pretty much. Let's just give him that then. I'm gonna write this down. Tied. Blue leads. Oh, come on, I'm not gonna... Just as I start to do this, they keep tying up and up and up again. Maybe that was you, Nook. Yeah, maybe that was you. If that rings a bell, then maybe it was you.
So one trick I haven't seen used much here is like the like the teleporter lotto you get on BM6. There's 2 double entry teleporters.
Well, I wanted to say the Buffoons had the lead, but no. It was just a minor setback. And the Hippos are back in control, although the quad maybe? No, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, that was pretty crucial, that kill there on the quad, because the quad had just killed a shaft guy, and there was an LG pack waiting for him. So 30 seconds to pent now. Still pretty even, like Hippo's slight advantage, I think, on that, but...
Position for quad. Too many items spawning shortly, I don't know when the quad is. I had... Okay, there it is.
Yeah, pent first.
Oh, there's a lot more room behind the pent here. There's eyes as well, I didn't realize.
Yeah, the eyes is in that area just above yellow armor.
Oh, there he is. There he was. Sorry, fix that.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. He had to give up his position to kill someone else, and then it was easy pickings for Pent.
Well, that's a lot of enemies here. Come on, you can tie this up. You can tie this now. Get him, Blixem.
Yeah, I thought he might have used Shaft then at one point, because he's in a very good position to use LG.
Yep, he was.
Ooh. I've done that
Blixem
before.
takes a hot bath.
Fall in that lava by yellow is really annoying. Is that there in the Quake 3 version as well?
Oh yes, it's there.
Even QuakeWorld air control can't save you.
Oh yes, because by the time you realize you're fucked, you're fucked. It's too late. The area is too tight to give you enough room to realize that you can do it. The Hippos are still in the lead. It was a little scare at around the 3rd minute. And then, no, they fixed it. 10 frags, okay, it's increasing now. I have more than a +10 lead for the Hippos. Took them a while to finally get out of a tight spot, but they've done it. 3 reds and rockets for them. In position. The Hippos have lost one of their rocket reds. That's 2 of them. Okay, Icon just has lost the red. He's still got the rockets. Okay, Buffoon squad. Nice, and that's all of the reds out of the way. Ooh, slightly clumsy here, it's too bad.
Yeah, it's maybe one of those examples where if you're not used to playing the map that much, so you haven't fully got all those angles down right, you kind of think, oh, if I jump here and shoot a rocket down, it's probably fine.
And it also felt that the sequence just then when he charged into there and there was a bit of a mishap. It is weirdly reminiscent of playing this in Quake 3 where you would come out of quad, push through the shotgun, go straight to that room and oh wait, they're all gone. And usually they are railgun or rockets, I mean the LG room.
Does that shotgun room, does that have more significance? Like, 'cause I guess if you have someone in there with shotgun, it's more like super shotgun's more powerful, right? In Quake 3.
It depends. It's not that big a deal, but it's the room is smaller in Quake 3, so you just don't really pay attention. There's a spawn here. I don't know whether it's here in the QuakeWorld version. There's a spawn in that super shotgun room, and some armor shards. And so you just go through there because you have to, but it's not very interesting.
Yeah, I just wondered if you could like ambush someone.
Oh, you totally could, because it's narrower with the hallways as well being a tiny bit narrower as well. The zigzag here is slightly narrower, so you could trap people around.
What the fuck?
You do get some surprise pummel kills on the quad coming through the door sometimes.
Nidwar made a massive mistake then.
What did he do? What did you do?
Well, he rocket jumped the pen, fell in the lava, but then didn't. Like, his teammate was getting the pen with shotgun, so he should have just dropped a rocket pack in the lava.
Ooh.
Yeah, he basically had to waste this pen because he had no weapon. But I guess it's one of those scenarios where you're kind of so annoyed with yourself for mucking up something, and then you're not thinking about, oh, I should make sure I kill myself with a rocket so that my teammate gets it at that point.
Right. And all in all, it sort of evened out with the Buffoons not making anything out of their 2 power-ups. So nobody did anything with these PUs. So it's not like the Pent was screwed out of being able to defend from the incoming fire because there was not much of it.
Careful, Quad.
Okay, that's a good save. Boom. Hey, that's a good run from Gore. It's actually helping quite a bit. It's now a 10 frag game. It's back to being only a 10 frag game. It went up to plus 15 and maybe more.
Oh, that sucks. Killed his teammate. I think might have got a rocket pack possibly.
8 frags and no good weapons on the Hippos. And the quad is going to be up.
So this is smart here by Blixem attacking there. You saw he wasn't charging in because there was a risk they might have a shaft. So when you're attacking the quad from that long corridor, there's quite a high chance the guy there might be stood there shooting you with a shotgun, but he's actually got a shaft and he's just waiting for you to come closer.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I've seen this happen. And it's now a 2 frag game. Holy shit, the quad got killed pretty much instantly, but that didn't really matter too much. A bit of a scare at the 13th minute. Yes. Come on, Hans Bricks. Send them a letter telling them how angry you are. And the Buffoons take the lead. 13 minutes, finally. But can they keep it? They took the lead at about 3 minutes in, 10 minutes ago. And it lasted 5 frags. I don't know, it was barely noticeable. But they're back at it. Let's wait for the intel in the QTV chat. What triggered this? Or I think maybe Milton was asking a trick question. He knew what happened. Wanted to see if everybody was paying attention. Stole the pen from Henu. Okay, the Buffoons confirm their lead, I think. Was a key teller flag apparently that I missed somehow. Oops.
Oh yeah, they're denying the lift. They're standing on it. Stop the pin from climbing out.
Nice save. Enemy ring. Okay, Ikorin has the ring. Plus 21. Plus 20.
Yeah, it's been a pretty balanced game if you look at it. Every player's died more than 30 times, so you know, no one's kind of dominating.
Yeah, surprisingly, to me, Ikorin has been feeding a bit more. I say to me because he's been doing so well on Schloss, for example, I think. It's been one of his standout maps in the past few games I've seen, I think. My memory serves right. Still plus 30 for the Buffoons. I think I can call them the buff guys now. Three rockets for the Buffoons. Two reds.
So I guess this should mean a decider map then.
If it keeps it this way, yeah. So CMT3 then. Hopefully.
Well, or CMT1B.
Yeah, we'll see. One of these, it's CMT decider, right?
Yeah, I think it'll be a random between those two, I think. My feeling is that Henu's team will probably prefer CMT3.
Ain't that a nice little run? Plus 48 frags. Well, and then some 49. 50 frags. So the Buffoons have taken the lead finally for real 4 minutes ago, and it's been going downhill for the Hippos now since then. What is up? Gore? Yeah, Gore. Use that LG. Ah, haha. Midfire gets the quad LG 2 times in a row. I think there's an excellent in here, maybe a couple. Almost 60 frag leads, yep. Yep. Oh. Okay, well, we have a tie. Nice game. Very even. Very even, yes.
Yeah, 40 deaths at least for every player, so pretty good game. I think I'm surprised how big the frag margin was at the end, to be honest.
Yeah, it really snowballed, but just at the end. And the surprise for me is, now that I think about it, is seeing CTL8 again. I've seen a few of the games for the GetQuad Kenya, and all I've seen is the CMTs, the UK CLDM2, the what's it called? The Quake 2 looking map with the biosuits.
TDM1.
Yes, that's the one. But not CTL8. And we go to CMT1B.
Yeah, we picked it once. I'm not sure if anyone else picked it at all, actually.
And final map, CMT1B, also known as the Ugly Fucker. tactical discussions on the lineups. Isn't there? Yes, there is.
So Blixem is good here. I think Ikoran is decent at least. I think we played a decider match against Buffoons here, and they seem quite strong. So maybe they're, I don't know, maybe they're slight favourites, possibly. But I'm not. One thing I'm not sure about is Henu on this map. I've not really seen him play it much at all.
Yeah, and all I can say about this map is I haven't seen it being played much at all. That's it. That's the end of my insight on CMT1B. Oh, and also, oh, there's a box of ammunition here. I think that's, we jumped around with Viag on this, as I said previous time, I think. And we found, oh wait, there's a box of rockets here. There's a switch that you can't quite see that you have to shoot to get the platform lifting from quad. That's a good thing to know, actually. I think it's here. That's the switch. Doesn't look like a switch, but it is one. Oh, I even forgot to do this. And it's time. It's time. And I'm on Rambo of the start. And okay, auto track, make up your mind. There's 2 power-ups for the Buffoons. Gore on the Pent. Raga on the... Is it Raga? Yes, it is Raga with the quad. Henu with the ice.
So Gore needs to get to the next rocket. He kind of got a bit waylaid by that delayed red armor.
Oh, it's the quad.
About get there in time.
I think I've got it. What this map, the texturing on this map makes me think of, it's I think it's like when my great-grandparents redid their kitchen in a modern style in the 80s. That's kind of what it looked like.
Yeah, my parents did the same.
Right, you see it too. Okay, it's not
Like
just
I don't know what to call it, like a dark cream colour.
We'll see if the chat agrees. Oh, there's 2 mega healths here. Okay, there's one here, and then one somewhere else. Doom map.
My dad still has an avocado bathroom.
Oh, I was eagerly waiting for the end of the sentence. Still has an avocado. What? An avocado stain on one of the walls from back then? No, it's
No. He's the only person I know with a pale green bathroom.
That's an uncommon choice of color for a bathroom. At least nowadays. Yep, that's the button. Score on the quad.
And that's the grenade.
Yep. No, you don't. Am I gonna end that way? No, you don't. Okay, then. So it feels like it's kind of low scoring, but it's because nobody can really find each other. Even, I mean, the map feels much more sparse than CMT5 Link's map, CMT5B.
Yeah, I think the rooms are a bit more open, so
yeah,
you don't get quite as much like simple rocket kills where there's walls everywhere.
Yeah, it's a bit of a labyrinth.
Especially in like the red armor room, you know you can see a guy there, but if he's a long way away, it's really difficult to kill them.
Yeah, so it's a good thing that with that map design there is no railgun in the game, because that would be a rail fest.
That was a classic example of someone with quad feels they have to chase a guy who's retreating and spamming rockets at them. But I've got quad, I'm invincible. Oh shit.
What could possibly go wrong? Gotta be a trick up that angled box in the water.
Yeah, it's a very suspicious looking box, isn't it? I mean, it's basically used so that you can jump to the LG from, if you're coming from that pathway, you can just ramp jump to the shaft.
Ah, that's what this was. I think we tried it with Viaga.
Yeah, you can also, there's also a much more difficult, you can do a ramp rocket jump off it and then bunny hop to the red armor. But that's unless you're like super pro movement, it's like a 10% chance to move.
Right. Low percentage move. And that's quite the big run from Gore, actually. Finally, we're getting some frags and a frag lead that I can start writing down.
So really he should think, oh, he's had to run away, but Pence spawns in about 10 seconds, so he might go and wait at the window, possibly. No, he's come back to quad. Maybe he'll wait for the ring.
I think there was an attempted pentagram theft. Well, we don't really know who went first, so I can't really tell who stole it from whom.
So I guess the quad died, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I didn't even hear it either. Must have been at the same time as another power pickup.
Did well to stay alive there, Gore. Like efficient use of super shotgun around the wall and avoided getting taken down.
Okay, 36 frag lead. Keeps increasing. That's about 20 more frags in 2 minutes. Not even 2 minutes. So Buffoons have a pretty tight hold over the power-ups, it seems. Mostly quad and pent. Three rockets. It's plus 50 now. That counter is going like crazy. One more quad. They're taking turns at taking the quads, it seems. I thought it was mostly Gore and Blixem with the quad here so far, but pretty much everybody's had one.
He keeps trying to jump across and getting shot back.
No, you don't.
Someone should tell him he can just walk round.
Yeah.
Step up.
Yeah, I need to set up a hotkey to trigger the Yakety sax tune or something equivalent for that kind of situation. Good observation from Nautilus in the chat. That one moment on CTL 8 may have turned the whole series on its head, and that's the moment that I missed. Where there was a telefrag and a pentagram theft. That famous pentagram with Henu's name on it.
Yeah, that was the same moment where I was commenting on mid-wire rocket jumping into the lava. And I guess the wrong guy panicked and took the pent.
Mm. Oh, that's when he was trying to rocket jump out, right? Or was it someone else? I forgot.
He tried to rocket jump from the teleporter over to get the pent for some reason, like maybe to stop himself getting shot on the way there if he just walked there and rocket jump straight in the lava.
Which is usually the way it goes on this map, in any version of it really. You have pent / battlesuit, usually you fuck up the rocket jump. I don't think I've seen people try to rocket jump back up from the vent that you fall down to pent. Maybe it's too hard to do with the rocket jumps in QuakeWorld. But in Q3 you could do it, it's just that it wasn't really... it's not really worth it. You could just take the jump pad out.
Yeah, I think it's too high in QuakeWorld. I haven't tried. I mean, maybe a double rocket jump might do it.
Yeah, you have to use both sides. Rocket jump up two successive sides of the in the corner, like a double boost in the dihedral. And yeah, in QuakeWorld it makes no sense to try because the pent will just not die. Whereas the battlesuit in Quake 3 just absorbs some of the damage. So I think it's maybe a slightly more interesting choice to go for rocket jump as a bit of a surprise element, but if you take it a jump pad, actually I'd have to try it again. Because I feel that's the way I remembered it, but and I keep forgetting who is behind the GetQuad Twitch account. I'm not sure if I've written this down. Right, I don't think I need to write down who has the lead at what moment. It seems pretty clear-cut for now.
Yeah, Blixem's had some good support from Gore in this series, and Rambo in some maps as well.
9 deaths for Gore. He seems to know his way around that map, that is for sure. GetQuad account, who are you? Remind me, please.
I think it's linked.
Link between two accounts? Could be. I thought it was, and then I got some intel that led me to believe that maybe it was somebody else.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's Turb. It's good old Turbo. That's what I remembered. Or it could be Link pretending to be Turbo to get some more intel on his opponents.
Scary thought.
In which case we could say we could talk about losing to a screensaver and that kind of shit, and see how he reacts. Whoops! Axe kill does not work. One does not simply rush the quad guy with an axe. You could try; it could be fun. Well,
Ikura, and he never should have left that quad. He dropped down to chase just some random frag, and then by the time he got back up to quad, there's a guy there with shaft.
yep, a bit of a comeback actually. Or not, it's... Nah. It's the Buffoons still in the lead. With a lot of frags. And 58 frags. Yeah, maybe it went further than 60 frags and it's now slowly decreasing. But I wouldn't dare call it a comeback really just yet. It's more that the hemorrhaging frags has ceased and it's sort of overcompensating for a tiny period, and then it'll go back, it'll expand again. Red is up, and it doesn't really matter. $67, yeah. No. Sorry, Nautilus. Comeback is on? Nah. When you said that, I checked and it was only 58 frags and now it's 68, so so much for a comeback. It's more than 68. Gore with a double pups. He doesn't even give a shit, he can just click and jibs come out. Maybe not now. Maybe not now. Ugh. Oh, Raga has the eyes, yes. I thought my QTV was broken and I couldn't see the weapons, but that's because he's got eyes. He's invisible.
So Raga looks like he's playing with forward speed 200 or something. Like he's moving really slow.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you could do this. Actually, you need to be able to do this for the joystick input to work, the analog joystick. Because then you can apply varying amounts of speed in all directions. Instead of everything or nothing. 74 frag lead.
I did once try QuakeWorld with driving pedals. Just to see what it was
I've
like.
heard of that, yes. Read about this on Discord. I suggested going with both with inverted mouse both vertically and horizontally for fun, but Blood Dog was not too keen on the idea. Apparently that was not his definition of fun.
Well, if you played BM4 back, which is, I don't know if you've seen that, like it's BM4 in reverse,
Oh right, okay.
then that it might work out okay, because that is the one confusing map. Like,
Yeah, I can see how it would be confusing. Just moving with all of your inputs switched around is it's alien yet oddly familiar in a way, and that would be the same thing with DM4 back or any map following that.
it's like you go down to the Mega Health room and you want to turn right to go into the Mega Health, but that's a brick wall.
We have to find this. Find a server with this. Actually, I would love to see two people agree to playing this in Hammer Time, because you can agree to play any dual map.
Yeah, there's also, I can't remember the name of the map. It's DM4, but it's all the dimensions are like doubled or something. So
Yes.
from your perspective, it looks at a distance. It kind of looks normal, but then when you move forward, you're moving really, really slowly because it's twice the size.
Yes, that rings a bell as well. I think I've seen it, or something to that effect. Oh, it's laggy. Well, it's the end, so it's okay.
Anyhow, so wow, it's nearly 100
Plus
frames.
100.
As I said, I fancied Buffoons to win this map, but I did think it would be closer.
So, take a screenshot of the moment where Nautilus said comeback is on. I think you were talking about another game, right? Right? Because that's plus 100 now.
So I don't actually know the result of the other semi-final. I guess.
Actually, yeah, it seemed like it was 2... Well, no, it wasn't 2-0. They played more maps.
I guess it's Milton versus, or Mutants versus Buffoons in the final.
Well done, CMT1B. Henu lost all hope. And he didn't even have Blood Dog in his team. I think what was the joke in the GetQuad playoffs is that he filled in. He was a stand-in for two different teams after his own team not making it, and all of the teams that he stood was a stand-in for did not make it either. I think that was it. 3-0 for the Mutants. Yes, that's what happened. That's why they showed up on QTV pretty early into this series here. Top 5 worst team kills of all time from Ikurin. Okay, can we see that? Friend kills, I don't see it. Maybe that's because he didn't do any. Thank you, Nautilus, for the intel. We know now what happened. And we'll see about that. So that's the end of the 4-on-4 for today. Situational team kills. Okay. Yeah, it's probably an extra level of understanding and whatever Milton says about what takes place in the game that I'm completely missing out on. Several levels of it. So it's over, which means it is now time for me to thank my guest. You all guessed it. It was the amazing HangTime.
I think it was a gate crasher more than a guest, strictly speaking. I wasn't invited.
Well, I guess you smelled UKCLDM2 and realized you had to.
Yeah,
you had to be there.
I guessed that.
But
Anyhow,
you did play. So thanks for joining in and providing your insight. And we'll see what happens in the final then, which will be Mutants versus Buffoons, played I don't know when,